There are 250 different species of bee just in the UK alone, 25,000 different species of bee across the planet. You need that diversity to have a healthy ecosystem. I'm Dr Richard Gill. I'm an Associate Professor of Evolutionary and Experimental Ecology. I work at the Silwood Park campus of Imperial College London University, and I'm very interested in insects. A lot of what I do is research. I'm very interested in understanding how some of the important insects across the globe are coping and being threatened by certain stresses in the environment. The interaction between changing temperatures and climate change and the frequent encounter that beneficial insects, particularly bees, have with pesticides in the environment. How those two things interact and how it affects the pollination service they provide. Getting that balance right is really important for food security, human health, and the ecosystem that we live in. To be honest, I started off actually being really interested in birds. I was a proper twitcher when I was young, but as I developed my interest and got to understand the world of insects, I eventually did my PhD and became a doctor on understanding more about insects, and then finally developed into my passion for bees. By bringing these bees into this controlled environment facility, we can control the temperature, exposure to certain pesticides that we might be concerned about, and then we can take those bees and we can look at their behaviour, how they might move and their locomotion. Here we go. She might get going, there we go. And essentially understand how temperature interacts with the effects that pesticides have on the bees and determine what risks to their behaviours and their pollination service they might have. What we've been finding is that if you expose bumblebees to certain pesticides, with particular cold conditions, they're not able to warm themselves up. And worryingly, at very hot conditions, they're not actually able to cool themselves down, and so they overheat. And that affects their ability to fly, which underpins how well they can forage, what they're visiting and what they're pollinating. Pesticides are really important. The food that you buy from your supermarket, if you did not apply certain crop protection strategies, a lot of that, the yield, the food that in those supermarkets would not be there. But on the flip side, if you did not have the pollinators that actually pollinated the plants that produce that food, you also wouldn't have the food that's there. It's estimated that the contribution to the agricultural market is around about $200 billion every single year. And it's around about $250 million just to the UK. And if we can figure out where those risks are and we can provide the evidence that is needed to make those decisions, hopefully we're going to live in a more chemical-free world. Having an inquisitive nature will really get you into science. Everyone thinks a bit differently, so whatever you study, you will always discover something that is different to what someone else is discovering. Some of the biggest revolutionary or transformative steps in health, in ecology, in medicine, they all come from scientific understanding and scientific discoveries.